Hi, good morning everyone. I'm Mustafa. I'm a science instructor in applied technology schools. I'm working recently in one of their campuses in Al Ain, and before that I was working for the MOE schools, public schools in Al Dhafra, Western region of Abu Dhabi. So since my joining here to the MOE in 2019, we have so much focused on the AI and the artificial intelligence and how can we apply it in education and how can we integrate it into the educational process. And when I moved to the applied technology schools, they are intricately implementing a huge system, a complicated system of integration of the AI. And today I'm going to share with you what we have already accomplished. So when we talk about AI in teaching, if you look at this picture, what are your first impressions when you look at this picture, especially the robot and its facial expressions? What do you see here?
It's a future teacher.
Future teacher, excellent. What else?
Will take my job.
Yeah, it will take our jobs. What else? Excellent, excellent. That's actually, thank you, doctor. That's actually the answer that I was looking for. It looks a little bit grumpy and maybe we can say a little bit scary. So if we do not integrate AI correctly in education, especially with the students lower than the higher education, or actually also in the higher education, if we do not implement it correctly for the favor of the students first and for the favor of the educators also second, we will face huge consequences. So if you zoom into the robot, you will see an expression that feels a little bit grumpy, and you can feel a little bit some kind of fear for the student, whether the AI will work for the benefit of the student or the other way around, for the contrary. So that's the second thing we're going to discuss today. First, with the numbers, AI is real. We have to face this fact. Now, the market size for working with the AI applications in the whole world is reaching $20 billion as we speak, and it's increasing by a very large rate. Teacher belief in education, 47% of the teachers are believing that AI is the future of education, and of course, you know, the rest of this percentage is a little bit skeptic about its applications. And the three main applications of AI until now, till today, are using it for adaptive learning, for differentiation between different student levels, and also for automated grading. Of course, we all love grading and we all love assessment and working with paper. So AI has come to help us in this process. Also for intelligent tutoring. So a student, especially students in the higher education, can use AI as a tutor and as a helper in research. So these are the three main pillars of using AI in education: for individualized growth for the student, for AI tutoring systems, which has increased rapidly in the last 5 years, and also for predictive analysis. And predictive analysis is especially for educators, especially for the teachers, where you can analyze the marks of your students and their grades, and you can see the level of improvement or the level of, or the points of improvement that you need to work on for your students. So what's the approach that I'm going to use if I'm working in an institution or a college that heavily implement AI applications? If I fear AI, and if I am a little bit overwhelmed with the huge number of applications and websites that use AI, you have to first start small. Do not get overwhelmed with the huge number of applications and the huge number of processes that you have to integrate AI in. First, you have to start small. Just use 2 or 3 applications to help you with your students, and you know your students well. You know what are the applications that you use for. For my personal experience, I'm starting with the applications that can gamify the students. I work for middle school and high school. For the middle school, you have to integrate AI into just making the session a game, making the session an engaging activity. So first you have to start small and pick the use of AI. Also provide training. If you are a head of a department, if you are working with other teachers, you have to provide training. You do not just expect the teacher or the educator to just know what he's going to do or what she's going to do with the AI applications. You have to train them, you have to work with them, and you have to assess the work collaboratively. Also, you have to, speaking of collaboratively, you have to build a community like this one. We're building a community, we're working with our ideas with AI. Also, you have to, as an institution, you have to secure funding. You have to, you cannot just tell your teachers or your educators to work with AI with a lot of applications that can be useful, but they are, for example, you have to pay for the premium features, and when the educator asks for it, no, we do not fund this. So you should not expect the full implementation of the AI in your institution. So you have to provide support first. Now, moving on to my institution, the Applied Technology Schools, we are working with a very systemized approach for applying the AI, which I like to share today, because if we work with these steps with systemized steps, we can implement it well. First step is to initiate the AI foundation with policies. We have to focus on this word. We have to make clear policies for using AI in our educational institutions. And then you have to guide and train your staff for these AI applications. And third, you have to implement AI responsibly, and you have to maintain a responsible use of AI. Also using it for assessment, and that's actually our next step in the presentation, using generative AI for preventing any kind of cheating that can happen in assessments and exams. And the last step, you have to always evaluate and provide feedback for your institution and for your staff after using AI. Now, we're going to the AI assessment scale. Well, if you use AI in your education, you have to implement it in your assessment step, okay? But when you try to implement AI, you have to use a scale of assessment. You should not use AI in all of your assessments. You should not avoid AI in your assessment. You have to find the middle ground between not using AI and using AI. So I see that this scale is very useful in applying AI in assessment. It's a 5-grade scale where you can move from the not using AI at all, if you see it appropriate, and it goes all the way to the full AI implementation, also if you see it appropriate. So let's move on to the first one. If you have a group of students who are extremely tech savvy, and especially the lower grades, and they can cheat on their exams even if you assign an invigilator on each and every student, and this actually happened. I was standing invigilating on an exam room, and me and 3 other teachers, and some of the students, they managed to cheat also and use other applications. So this is a fact. We do not need to hide our faces from this. So first, if you see that it's appropriate to not use AI, do it. I will use an assessment, a paper-based, for example, paper-based exam. I will use an activity that does not use AI. So I can also use it as a form of assessment. If I need to gradually use AI and train my students in using it responsibly, I need to move to the second step. The second step is AI assisted just for brainstorming and research. You can inform your students that in this task you can use AI, but you do not need to, or you should not use any of the results that you have acquired from AI application into a final result. Just have to use it in brainstorming and research uses. If you see that they are moving forward in applying AI effectively, you can go to the third step. Third step in the scale is using AI-assisted editing, where the students can edit, for example, and edit the paragraph that they are writing, can edit the research that they are working on using AI. But the most important thing is that they have to, AI can be used, but they have to provide clear info on which AI applications that you have used. You have to mention, as a student, you have to mention which AI application you have used, and that the fact that you have already used an AI for your work. If you move on to the fourth step, it's an AI completion task, an AI that completely based on AI or using AI, but it will provide, it will need, human evaluation for the task, where you cannot, as an educator, you cannot use any kind of assessment tool for using AI. You have to use your brain, you have to use your eyes in assessing the students' work. And then you can move for the advanced students, and actually we have seen amazing work done by amazing students using full AI with the fifth scale. If they mention that they have used AI, they can use it effectively into providing extremely amazing work. We have actually seen this moving from grade 6 till grade 12 students. They can use AI, they can use it responsibly if we provide a role model for them to how to use it responsibly. So we can move to the fifth scale for generative AI products, real-time feedback for exploration, for co-creation. Also, it can provide a chance for collaborative learning between the students. Okay. Now we can move to our last part in our presentation. If we use AI for assessment, and if we provide the chance for the students to use AI, we have to find steps on how to detect the unfair, let's say, unfair use of AI. I have provided some of the, shall I say, the cheat sheet for me to I will not share it with the students, but this is how I know that my students have used AI in their work. First, common words overuse, especially in science and English languages for the lower grades. You can spot the amount of words that are repetitive, and they are not aligning with the level of the student. So these kinds of words that can be used only by AI, can be produced by AI, but cannot be produced for a grade 7 student, for example. Also for inconsistent style. If a student writes a paragraph, there is a paragraph that have been amazingly written, and another paragraph after that has been written horribly. So this is inconsistency. It shows that the student have used some kind of AI in parts of the assessment. Also for deviation from previous work. And as the name suggests, it's not aligning with the level of the student from his previous work, so it shows that he has used some kind of AI in an assessment that does not provide AI help. Also for information overload. There is a huge number of information, like for a science project, a huge number of information that it is not normal that a grade 7 student, for example, have known these, even for research on the internet. He should not use all this kind of extra information in a project, so it shows that he just grabbed some materials from copy and pasted into his assessment. Also for hallucinations, some kinds of words that they do not match with the assessment that you're working on. Also, that's actually my personal favorite, using follow-up questions. Amazing work. You have done an amazing work on your assessment. Now let's discuss it. And you can see the shivers and the increasing heart rate of the student, and then he knows that you've already detected unfair use of AI. Why are we using this? We are not accusing the students of anything. We are just teaching them how to use the tools responsibly. Because as this tech guy has been promoting all over the world, it's very scary. How can AI work? How can AI provide in the future? So we have to start with our children and to teach them the proper use of AI. Now we can use for the last 5 minutes. I can show you a little bit of the applications that we use, and actually I have used like 90% of them. They are very, very helpful. And of course, most of them you will know. Gamma for presentations, students can use them. It's amazing, even for the free version. Also Tone.app, I've used it like twice, I guess. It's amazing. I'm using Gamma for my students' assessments and students' presentation, but also Tone application is amazing. For AI infographic creation, this is a sorcery resource, Napkin. It can change by a click of a mouse, can change a boring paragraph into an infographic style sheet, which is really interesting for the students, called Napkin. Also, you all know Copilot, DALL-E for ChatGPT and Gemini. For audio creation, if they are making an audio or a video, we use Murph.ai. It's amazing, you should all try it. Murph.ai. And also Sunu. Sunu is amazing. 11 Labs, my colleagues used it, but actually I've not used it myself. I'm planning to use it for the next term. For video creation, my personal favorite is Lumen 5. It's amazing, it has amazing features where you can make videos for the students, or you as a student can make videos for your projects. And last but not least, Magic School. It can do literally everything for your work. It can provide lesson plans, can provide assessment, can provide exams and questions based on standards, different standards of education. It's amazing. You should all use Magic School.
Can you bring down the slide for Napkin?
Of course. Yeah.
Sorry. Yes.
That's it. Napkin.ai. It's amazing. But just for worth mentioning, Napkin.ai does not work on iPads. It works on laptops only. Okay.
This Magic School is
for the teacher. For the teacher.
No, I mean, is it for undergrad, grads, for what?
You can use it for any educator can use it. It has amazing tools for everything. Okay, and there is also this AI application for research called SciSpace. It's amazing for research and also for advanced students. SciSpace. And also you can find different applications for different subjects all over the internet, and you can use whatever you want. And now I need to end my presentation with this quote. It's our job to teach students how to use AI responsibly. It's not our jobs to use AI by ourselves effectively. It's not our jobs to worry about being replaced by AI. It's our jobs to train students how to use AI. Thank you for the attendance. Please provide the feedback.
Please
Thanks.
take the photo and provide the feedback, as feedback plays very, very important role.
Thank
So
you.
please give the
I
feedback.
have
for
a
the
quick
presentation.
question.
Yeah.
So when you use these applications to do the assessment and the solutions,
Yeah.
did you see any misanswer in one of them? Because I know
Of
by
course.
practice, ChatGPT has a lot of wrong
Of
answers.
course, my main subject of teaching is chemistry, so I found multiple
Sorry,
errors,
please.
scientific errors in its responses. So you have to
Cross-check.
review that. Yeah.
Even when you ask the
Thanks.
question properly, because
Yeah.
it depends on the
So
question
please
also.
Of course, it depends on the question. You have to
Yeah.
formulate the question properly. Yeah.
I think Mr. Mustafa, it was a power-packed presentation.
Thank you.
You know,
Thanks.
how to use AI in teaching, from the basics to the advanced
Yeah,
level,
yeah, that's-
from the strategies to the practical implementation, from our AI scale to strategies to
Yeah.
see how it goes in another direction, and the AI tool. So give a big hand for Mr. Mustafa. Thank you so much, and we would like to felicitate Mr. Mustafa. Robert, I would like you to join with me.
Mr. Mustafa.
Yeah.
Please come forward. Sir, please come forward.
Thanks. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thanks.
Wait.
Okay.
Also certificate. Sorry.
Sir. Thank you very much.
Thanks.
It was a great presentation.
Thank you.